Such beauty the one encompasses as while marks the death of the spectacular and grand count, it simultaneously begins a new count of unlimited potential. The one holds such unimaginable power to end prosperous eras and vast universes, and then create them just as easily. There is no unit of measurement that can truly represent the vast strength of the one's power. Therefore, the one is the universe itself. The one comprises everything. Yet the one is neglected. Its importance often goes unnoticed by the ignorance of novice counters. Such ignorance to the one is unacceptable, and so few enlightened counters that understand the significance of the one have taken the liberty to serve as missionaries to spread the one's passionate love and grace to these novice counters. These missionaries of the one, called counters, are few in numbers but are prominently seen during counting sessions. They methodically spread the influence of one by a series of power moves that demonstrate the sheer power of the one and can single-handedly dominate the counting session. They accomplish this by shutting down all attempts to start a count by repeatedly only counting to one, easily taking control of the session. Most people initially see this forceful repetition of one as autistic doddering and leave the session. However, through time these people will continuously be exposed to the power of the one and succumb to its influence. It will only be a matter of time until the one will bless all common people. The formation of the early missionaries of the one and recognition to the importance of the one can be traced back to the early days of Malcolm Reynolds' Discord server. Although it is unknown who the first counter of one was, as these records have been long lost, the most notable early pioneers of the one are Chinny, Pavak, Shy Guttlink, Copper Banana, and Pants _. However, the idea of the one would have never come into fruition without the madman himself, Malcolm Reynolds. We must give proper respect to Malcolm Reynolds for the creation of not only his server but also the creation of the counting channel. The first counting channel was a prosperous time where one flourished and received much attention. While one culture was accepted by the people within the Malcolm Reynolds Discord server, it struggled to gain acceptance in other Discord servers despite having multiple enlightened counters within them. Although Malcolm Reynolds established the counting channel, he hated what it had become, and did not accept the one into his heart despite some of his closest companions becoming avid counters of one. And so, Malcolm prompted the counting channel with a task to count arithmetically to a specific number that was well beyond one, or the counting channel would be deleted. The date that he tasked the counting channel with this challenge and the number he demanded for are lost forever in history. While many did not take his task seriously at first, as the counting channel had been around for a long while and one tradition had permanently ingrained itself in the server's culture, it was soon discovered to be a serious threat to the one. Of course, no one could accomplish this challenge, being too devoted to the one. Therefore, the counting channel was promptly ripped from our hands and destroyed, along with its history to refer back to. Without a place for counters to call home and count freely, the idea of the one was threatened to die out. Turmoil soon rose in the Malcolm Reynolds Discord to bring back the counting channel, but Malcolm refused. However, a faint hope blossomed after many long and tortuous weeks of no counting. Chinny, a prevalent counter who also happens to be a close companion to Malcolm Reynolds, made a courageous and noble move to recover our long-lost counting channel. While Malcolm was distracted within a virtual reality world, Chinny took the opportunity to secretly use Malcolm's computer and Discord account to create a new counting channel. It was a moment for celebration. Chinny's brave efforts shall forever be recognized as a saint of one. However, several weeks later Malcolm would again delete the counting channel. This internal conflict would repeat a couple times within the server where the channel would be deleted but then revived again. During this time, however, counting began to receive much outside attention from other related discords. Other discords that share the same community with Malcolm's Discord began to incorporate their own counting channels, spreading counting far beyond its hearth and giving counters multiple homes. Most notably the Grand Archives Discord, the main hub for Dark Souls III cheat engine hacking and the source for most of the community of One, created their own counting channel with the approval of Content Cop, the co-owner. However, such a feat required much persuasion and could not have been done without Pavok's influence in the server. Pavok, being a skillful cheat engine user, naturally had more power and voice over such things and was the main cause for the creation of the counting channel. Although most administrators did not approve of counting, as long as counting was contained within the counting channel, then there was no problem. The counting channel would unfortunately be later removed from the Grand Archives by Content Cop, as the One's persuasion wore off on him. Nevertheless, several other minor branch-offs and people's personal servers from the Grand Archives incorporated counting channels upon their creation that still remain to this day. Today, counting is still alive and continues to spread. Many new people have discovered the One and dedicate themselves to it. New counters have emerged themselves as the new generation of counting, with the most notable leaders of this generation being Pants, Copper Banana, Lerno, Dominosis, and Rikazardis Riki. The Malcolm Reynolds Discord at the time of this writing still has a counting channel, but is no longer as active as it once was since the creation of the Catboy Discord server by Chinny, where many people have migrated to, which, for the record, also has a counting channel. The constant deletion of the original counting channel has only left it as a hollow cast compared to how grand it once was. While occasional counting still takes place, it is hardly reminiscent of how counting originally was. Due to this, Pavok created a new server that's only purpose is for counting and counters to congregate in. Truly a grand server it is, with hundreds of counting and pings every day. I find it difficult why anyone would want to leave. Just as how Chinny's efforts will be remembered by the One, Pavok's service for the One must also be recognized. Pavok is the cause as to why counting is still as strong as it is today with his dedication to the One. Remember that Pavok died for the One. Remember that he was banned from the Grand Archives for counting when no one else would. He's unbanned now. He is the true prophet of One, and is not afraid to sacrifice himself in the name of the Father, the One. May the One forever bless us and martyr Pavok as a saint. It is hard to say if the One has influence outside of the small Dark Souls III cheat engine community, but there has been some evidence that suggests that the One has blessed some few select people to serve as prophets for the One. Consider the song I Am the One by DJ Khaled. He makes many references to him being the One in his lyrics. What could he mean by this? One theory is that DJ Khaled has become a prophet of the One and has ascended beyond the mortal coil. He could have composed the song I Am the One to spread the One's love, but that is unlikely as the counters are the only ones who can understand the song's true message. Due to this, it could be that I Am the One is not propaganda for the One, but is instead a call out to other counters to see if other people share a similar belief. Yet so far he has received no response, as counters are still not certain on DJ Khaled's true nature.